Road trip time, y'all. No cowboy boots allowed on this trip. We are in Tilden, Texas. It is roughly 1 hour from San Antonio. After the Civil War, the town was nicknamed Dogtown and was reputed to be a lawless bandit-filled place. The first establishment was the Franklin Ranch in 1868. As of today, the Franklin family still owns and works the ranch. The town was named after Samuel Tilden, an 1876 presidential candidate. This town is notable for the Boot Hill Cemetery. It is one of the only 2 authentic cemeteries of its kind in the Southwest. Many of those who are interred here died violently with their boots on. The cemetery came into existence in 1858. Some were killed by accidents, murdered, natural causes, or died of cholera during the epidemic in 1869. By 1877, the cemetery was abandoned and neglected, allowing the markers to deteriorate, fall over, or become lost. The cemetery is an odd sight, as the town grew around it. It sits in the middle of town with business and homes next to it. In 1955, the Cenizo Garden Club was organized and began to restore the cemetery. They located as many graves as possible. Several historical markers was installed at the cemetery, including one that has a list of the deceased on it. Very few pictures are available of the deceased, but I will tell you the history of each one of them. The cemetery began with a grave of someone ending his own life. The name is unknown. Next, we have Dick Gossett. Dick was injured in a Fort Ewell gunfight in February 1869. He was one of the most noted outlaws in this area, being a Confederate deserter and a ruthless blooded killer. His brother and a friend tried to get him to Tilden, but he died before they reached the town. That same year, Epaminondas M. Crane, a Confederate veteran, died of cholera. He was one of 4 that had it. The grave was covered with concrete by townfolk, in hopes that cholera would not leach through the ground. In 1872, a man named Jim, last name unknown, was assassinated in front of the door of the old rock store. In 1873, another man, name unknown, was killed in a gun battle while standing in front of the old rock store. Next we have a man, name and death year unknown, was killed unintentionally by Clabe Young while playing a prank. The man was wearing a top hat and Clabe thought he could shoot a hole in the hat. Clabe ended up shooting the guy in his tracks, killing him instantly. Townfolk said Clabe had too much to drink. The most pronounced grave is that of S. Glenn Greer. Mr. Greer was 26 years old and was thrown from a horse and died in 1874. The grave is a solid slab, surrounded by a rusted wrought iron fence. His family shipped the wrought iron fence and the granite covering it. In 1870, John Smithwick was murdered. In 1875, an African American drowned in the Nueces River. His name is unknown. That same year, another man, name unknown, was murdered by James Minter. It is presumed that James Minter was a Dalton gang member. In 1876, Lyce Harrison Jr. was killed at the age of 17 in a hunting accident. In 1877, Samuel William McCreary was murdered at his sheep ranch. Pimenio Palacios died of natural causes. The year is unknown. Felix Wheeler, infant, also died of natural causes, date unknown. The eternal resting place, these pioneers put Tilden on the map. The old rock store was built in 1865 and has been preserved since 1929 by Clifton Wheeler, owner. Notable people of Tilden are as follows. Lon Odin, a Texas Ranger of the Old West, died in 1910. Bob Wheeler, member of the Texas State Legislature from 1955 to 1961. As of 2020, the population consisted of 190 townfolk. This concludes our road trip. If you're visiting Tilden, leave your top hat and boots at home. If you like this content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel at MeTime806. Thank you very much.